Hi everybody, welcome back to Just As a Four-Letter Word. We've got another great recipe for you this week. We're making bone-in air fryer chicken thighs. It's gonna be delicious. So the first thing we're gonna do is start with the marinade. We're using salt, dried thyme, smoked paprika, lemon zest, lemon juice, parsley, olive oil, garlic, and of course the star of our show, chicken thighs. You want bone in and skin on for this one. We're going to take 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're also going to do 2 teaspoons of fresh parsley, so we'll just chop that up really quickly. And I'm going to just get it off the stems here. Discard those off to the side, and then we'll chop it kind of small. And this isn't really an exact science, but fresh parsley is one of those ingredients that I'm always tempted to skip. And you can. But when I have it, it is so delicious, and I'm always glad that I took the effort. So just kind of measure with your heart, as I like to say. That's about 2. Go a little overboard if you want to. Not a big deal when you're cooking. Baking is another story. We're also going to use about 1 teaspoon smoked paprika. So I will get that out. That in the marinade. Do about a teaspoon of sea salt. I'm not going to measure that. I'll just kind of throw it in there. And a very small amount, about 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. Take this little lid off. It'll be easier to get it out. You don't want to add too much thyme because, as I have found out before, a little bit of thyme goes a long way and it can get really overpowering. So don't overdo it on the thyme. All right, so we're just going to zest this whole lemon. We don't need to measure it or anything. We'll just do it right into the bowl. And then we will cut the lemon in half and juice it. I also have another lemon just in case we don't have enough to make a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, but these are pretty big, so I think it'll be enough with just 1. And again, all of these seasonings are just a starting point. You can add more or less. It's up to you, but it makes a really nice flavor marinade for your chicken. And once you fry them up, it's going to be really nice seasoning on the skin once it gets nice and crispy. All right, so I think that'll do it for the zest. I'm just going to slice that up. And I do have a measuring cup for the lemon juice. So we will go ahead and get that in there. It might be enough just with the 1. Yeah. Woo! That one was going the other way. Perfect. So these were large lemons, and 1 lemon is exactly about 1/4 cup. So that's just what we need. And we'll just pour that in. All right. Now, all we have to do now is mix this up, and we're going to marinate our chicken in it. So grab a whisk, and we'll just mix that together. See if you can see that. Looks really good. Nice red color to it. Then we're just going to pat the chicken with a paper towel. Pat it dry. And then we'll flip it a couple times in the bowl, and we're going to let it sit for about 10 minutes before we fry it. While it's marinating, just kind of let you see what it looks like. While it is sitting here in the marinade, we can start the air fryer. And we will preheat that on the air fry setting and get that ready to go so that these can go right in and cook. It's a very simple recipe, but it's delicious. Okay, so we've got all of our chicken soaking. We're going to let that sit for about 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and pop it in the air fryer. I almost forgot the garlic. So we've got about 4 cloves of garlic here, we're gonna mince those up and mix them all in with the marinade. Then we're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes. Can't forget the garlic. What was I thinking? And then it will be time to preheat the oven. Now we're talking. Got that garlic smell. So we're gonna set it to the air fry setting, and then I'm gonna change the temperature to 375, and we're gonna let that preheat for about 5 minutes before we put the chicken in. Now that the chicken is ready to go in the preheated air fryer, we're gonna cook that for about 10 minutes. We'll check the temperature and then we'll pop it back in and keep doing that until it's done. It looks like it's not quite done, so we're gonna flip these over and do it for another 10 minutes. And see how they do. So we're gonna take it out. Oh, look at that. That right there is looking good. We will test the heat. Yeah, 187. Perfect. All right, let's plate this up and take a bite. While the chicken was cooling down, I went ahead and washed these tongs. You don't want to use the same utensils from raw to cooked, so just keep that in mind. We're just going to move these over onto the plate. They look good. You can serve these with a pasta salad, with some vegetables, potatoes, whatever you like to have on the side. I'm just going to get some of this garlic, put that on there. You don't want to let that go. Not after we almost forgot it. And then we're just going to hit it with a little bit more parsley. And dinner is done. Air fryer chicken thighs. Enjoy. Let me know if you make this one. I hope you love it. Using some smoked paprika. Let's try that again. Bon appetit. We're gonna mince those up and mix them all in with the marinade. Then we're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes. Can't forget the garlic. What was I thinking?